Alright guys, so I'm at a Genie S-65 boom lift, and what I'm going to be doing is replacing the rotator in this thing. So full disclosure on this one today, sorry, but I have to say it. Genie has all their service manuals online. You can find all their service manuals online, which is, I wish all manufacturers would do, but you can just go to their website. It's free. You can download the service manual, wiring diagrams, whatever. On something like this, on a lift that is taking a person up in the air, this is a machine that I will follow every single torque spec, every single procedure on, because it is a machine that's lifting somebody up in the air. So just wanted to say that before I got started. You can see by the inspection sticker on here, it was done May 2020, so it's overdue for inspection anyways. So after I do this repair, the customer needs to get it inspected. Then I wanted to show you something else. So I'm going to be posting a video. Goodness gracious, I don't know what's going on with this camera. It keeps just randomly shutting off. I don't know what's going on. I don't even know where I was at. So anyways, I put this engine in the beginning of the year. I'm going to post a video of removing the engine. I didn't get good video of putting it back in, but I did get a video of it removing it. So like I said, they put this in at the beginning of the year, and it's still got the original braking oil in it, of course. And I'm looking here, the fuel filter is complete. This inline filter anyways from the tank is completely plugged. I don't know what's in their tank, but anyways, so let's see if this thing will fire up. Glow. I'll let that warm up for a second. Hopefully this camera, I don't know what's going on. So anyways, I'm going to be pulling, long story short, I'm going to be replacing the rotator in this thing. And long story short, follow all of your torque specs, procedures. The service manual's free. Don't put any pressure on, pull on anything with your crane or anything stupid, and have them and get it inspected because it's due anyways. So anyways, so I guess I can start out by, I think there's enough slack in these hoses that I can pull this, slide this away without having to just unhook all these hoses. We'll see, but I mean, I'm definitely gonna have to take this this valve off here, this little valve block, and then knock these bolts out and pins, and see how it goes. Hopefully I have those bolts. I'd like to replace those. And another thing I hope is you guys can see, I have my GoPro mounted on my hard hat. It'll probably fall off because I have to wear a hard hat at this job. And I'm not sure if the angle is going to be screwed up. I'm going to have to check. I rarely ever wear hard hats unless I'm on a big construction site. I did spray all these bolts, and tried to spray into the. I try to avoid joints with as much as I can. Penetrating oil. Being out at these big before I got started, where you have to have a hard hat on, because for you guys know, for a mechanic, rusted out. Wasn't a hard hat. Is not always ideal, because we're working underneath stuff and around stuff, and they just tend to fall off constantly. You spend more time struggling trying to keep them on, as they seem to become more of a hazard than a help. That one seems to be moving just fine. This one would probably be better to drive out from the other side, because I don't have all those hoses in my way. So holy smokes. I'll definitely be seeing if I have new hardware for this. See if this guy moves. No. I don't want to. You don't want to go nuts on these pins if you don't have to. Get all this crap out of my way. See if I can just walk it back and forth. Maybe spray some more stuff on it. It could be a little bit of tension on it too. Maybe I'll try to. That bottom one is moving real nice. That top one just seems like it has a little bit of tension, or it's just rusted in there probably. I mean, these pins don't have grease fittings on them. Like I said, you obviously wouldn't want to be using your crane to jerk on this at all. See how the ears, when I push against it, they're, see how everything's sliding? That means, it tells me that there's probably no tension on that pin. It's free in the middle, but it's just bound up on the end there. So right in here is where we're jammed up. Definitely don't want to hit on anything but the pin. See if we can just walk it back and forth a little. And move it a little. You obviously wouldn't want to be. So I'll spray it some more, take my time with walking it out of there. I was able to find some grade 8 bolts to replace these bolts that were in the pin keepers. So that'll be good. That'll make me happy because those are crap. So get to driving this pin out. I actually wintertime is it's my enemy here, because I got out here at like after 1 o'clock I think, and the sun goes down at 5, so guess what I'm saying is I have to get after it. So there's the bottom pin. Top pin is still fighting me a little. So like I said, it was just a little bit hung up in that ear, obviously. It's definitely moving. Keep giving it some lube here. So we are detached. Okay, I'm back. And that's really gonna make me I have to take this stupid little hanger on to hang it. That's not fun. Well, I'll be back. I don't know if that's gonna help my calls at all or not. Oh yeah, looky there. Haha, rotator. There. That looks fantastic. Well, snapped off bolts in there. So, I'll clean this off and take this, clean all this off, scrape all this crap off, and then take this valve block off and start putting the new one in. I'm losing sunlight really quick. Beautiful. Sure is pretty. Look at how pretty that new compared to the rest of this turd machine. give her the old butt scrub here. Ooh, yeah. Get some swatch bright. Make sure I don't have any Scotch Brite. Contamination here. Really the only place I need to worry about is where them O-rings sit. Sure if these O-rings, they just replace them, so I don't even know if those are, they don't even seem like the right size. Let's see, that looks about right. Beauty. Get some sticky stuff to hold those in. Them O-rings in just fine. Get a couple of these bolts. do this stab. Maybe stab the platform rotator, center bolt, 640 foot-pounds. Actually, before I torque that down, I need to turn this all the way to the left. I don't know where the camera got left off, but sorry. I know it's kind of irritating that I didn't get some of this part. I wish I could have. But anyways, what it is I hate to sound like a broken record, but put your torque gun on all these. Sorry, put your torque gun on all these. I think the center one was 640. Don't quote me, look in your own service manual. And these ones are like 33 or 35. but that's just off the top of my head. I'd have to look at the service manual again and then get everything torqued down. I mean, on these ones, cover your butt, get everything torqued down, make them get an inspection on the machine. Anyways, I'm gonna finish putting this thing back together and see what we got here. So, well, she's all put back together and done. Everything's torqued. The one mistake that I nearly made, now that it's bled out, can't do it, but is, if you guys do this, you have to turn this rotator here, this bolt, this flange here on the rotator, you have to turn it all the way to the left and have the basket all the way to the left, and then set your bolts. If you don't, you can damage this rotator and it's not gonna rotate fully this way and the other way. So that was a mistake I made, and good thing I didn't start the machine or never did anything, but it was a pain in the butt because I had to retorque everything. So you have to turn the basket all the way to the left, and then this rotator has to be turned all the way to the left as far as the travel goes, and then you can bolt this on. So the way you can do that is by I screwed up, so what I had to do was take the bolts out, turn the basket back, stick a bolt in, and then rotate the rotator all the way to the left, take the bolt back out, and then turn the basket all the way to the left, and then put my bolts in and make sure everything was in line. Yeah, sorry. So I don't even know if I'll publish this video or not, because there's the between the camera dying on me and customers talking to me and all kinds of dealing with all kinds of stuff, I missed a lot of the repair on video, but I may still publish it because I think there's enough on there that somebody might get some information out of. So you want to go back and check, double and triple check your torques. Like I said, I believe this one was 640. Don't quote me, look in the service manual, but it takes a lot of torque, and the whole deal, it's enough torque where the whole deal wants to move on you. It's quite, I mean, it's not a whole terrible lot, but it's quite a bit. But it's like on this one, I think it was over 600. And then you know, make sure everything's good after you're done. Then the next step after you're done, which you really need two people with, is to bleed the rotator before you start it and start working it. And you'll use the auxiliaries to turn it left and right a few times, and then you'll hold it over and you'll take the top bleeder screw out on it, and then you know, until you're getting just fluid and no air, and then you know this thing is bled. Like I said, with this machine, it's kind of actually a scary machine. I don't like working on these things, and I probably won't be doing a whole lot of these for videos, or doing them all together, because I really don't honestly care for working on them too much. These things are abused and not taken care of, and like I said, this one's hasn't been inspected, which it really needs to be inspected. And I told the customer that if I did the repair on it, that he was responsible for, after I did the repair, to get it inspected. He agreed with me because this inspection's out of date, but whether he does it or not, I don't know. But I told him that it needs to be inspected, including the repair that I did. It needs to be inspected as well, because I mean, I just being in this thing and running it, I noticed a lot of other issues too with this thing, as far as the wear pads being toast in it. There's all kinds of kind of honestly scary issues with this thing. From the ground controls, some of the controls aren't working. I mean, the thing needs inspected, gone through, and it needs to get up to par. So before people are going up in the air with it, you know, like I said, I still do some repairs on these booms because of, you know, customers that I've had for a long time, and I'll still do them for them, but I really don't like to. But if you see any more repairs, cylinders are leaking too. If you see any more repairs I'm doing on these in the future, it'll probably be mostly on the engine side, because I have no problems working on the engines on them. Most of them are diesels, and I have no issues with working on those, but I just really don't like doing too much other than working on the engine, to be honest with you, because it's just I don't know, like I said, they're not treated good. I mean, this one, the rotator on it, they wrecked the rotator on it, but like, what are they hitting and ramming into that they're causing, you know, that much force, you know? So it really needs to be inspected, the whole basket. At one point I was qualified, and I did perform annual inspections on these, and yeah, so I did perform annual inspections. I went through training school with Genie, so but I don't no longer do annual inspections. So after any repair or something like this is done, it has to be inspected, especially because, like I said, who knows what they were ramming into and stuff like that. So yeah, I'll still do, I might do a repair for them on a boom hose that blew, and it's gonna be a pain in the butt. But yeah, so I know this video is kind of in and out and pieces are missing, but I mean, you guys get the gist of, I think there's enough there that you guys will get the gist of how to do this, how these are done. And I probably didn't do it the way that a lot of people do them, because I just don't work on these things enough. And there's probably, I'm sure there's better ways to do it. That's like with anything else. I just don't work on, when I don't work on a machine enough to know all the tricks to getting them done quick. But it didn't go too bad.